Let me quickly show you the license list. Can you see my screen? I've just opened the Chrome browser, and this is a global price list for all the modules and different types of services that Oracle provides. This is a publicly available document. You can just Google and get this particular document. So you just type in Google Cloud Service Global Price List. You'll get this document as a first or a second link. So you can download it. So you get all this licenses. So now the matrix can be different for your applications. So different types of modules can be user-based. HCM side can be number of employees. And if I go to my accounting hub, so if you see this Fusion Accounting Hub Cloud Service, now we can see this is per 1,000 records that comes in the system. So, and minimum is 500, whatever dollars they're going to charge, what is the part number. This is just the application that you buy. Every application has a part number. So it's just like a code for each module that Oracle provides. So when they provision the agreement, so the sales agreement will have this module name and the part number and how many licenses that you have bought. So each module goes with a different license. So something is hosted named users and how many users that you have implemented, hosted 1,000 records. And Oracle allows you to enable some more offerings in the test instance. So by default, when we buy the licenses for SaaS Cloud or anything, we get two instances by default. One is production environment, one is test environment. If you want any additional environments, you need to pay separately for it. I don't think so. There is, the cost is mentioned in this particular document for any other environment. But if it is a big global implementation, definitely we need minimum of 3 environments. 2 environments are really difficult to work on. We need minimum 1 development environment if we have some integrations or anything. If it is pure vanilla implementations, yes, we can go for 2 environments. Test and production should be enough. But yeah, if we have some integrations, we need to do a lot of testing. We need minimum 3 instances to work on. I will be sending the presentations. I'll just tag along this particular document in case anybody wants to review it in later stages.
Ashish, this Srinivas, I had a question. Like I just saw something like procurement cloud service, right? You had 625 per 10 users. But how does the Oracle determine, like based on the roles attached to the users, like a procurement as a buyer or like as an because there's if you have a requisition, there's employees and managers using it.
Right. Let me, yeah. So basically, right. I'll quickly explain that. So basically, in procurement side, our self-service procurement and purchasing are 2 separate licenses. Now, the requesters and the buyers can be different in the system. So when we go for self-service procurement, we have a procurement requester role, and when we go for purchasing, we have a buyer role or a purchasing manager role. So Oracle, every month or quarterly, they run a report, user and role access audit report. There is a standard report that is available within the application. They will run these reports and they will see what seeded roles have been attached to those users. Oracle will not stop you from enabling anything in the system. As consultants, we will just check whatever modules that our client has subscribed for, whatever licenses we have. We will just enable those offerings and we will implement those. But system will not stop you in enabling anything. You can enable whatever you want. So you can go and, if you have bought the licenses for financials, you can go and enable procurement, FAH, or whatever you want. But if you have given those roles or you have enabled those offerings, Oracle will run these reports on a timely basis, monthly or quarterly basis, and they are going to charge you separately if any additional offering has been enabled. So yes, it is a report that they run, audit report. It depends on client to client. Sometimes they run it monthly, sometimes they run it quarterly. and by the role name they understand what actually has been assigned to that user. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, kind of, but like I'm still, I need to know a little bit more details so that I can do some research.
Okay, what exactly you want to know more?
Assume like in the procurement, right, and as a requester, like as an employee, somebody puts a requisition and a manager approves, but they are only just like a users. They're not really using procurement. They're just requesting some lab equipment or something. And
see, if you have the roles, Oracle will consider you as a user in the system who is using procurement. If you don't have the roles, you are just getting the approval notification, then you are not considered as a procurement user. Simple as that.
Okay, so anybody has the privilege or
anybody has the privilege or the role, they would be considered as a procurement user.
Okay, and they'll bill for that. Okay.
Exactly.
I think if I just wanted to correlate with EBS environment, then you need to have a separate license called iProcurement for the people who can create requisitions, and for rest of them your regular EBS license will work. So I would say it's similar kind of thing in the cloud, like two different kind of licenses, like now a subscription.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't get it.
I'm saying like in EBS environment, if you are using self-service based requisition module, iProcurement one basically, then
right.
You don't need to go for your core EBS licenses. Like core EBS license will work for your procurement and purchasing team, but any individual like people who just need to create a requisitions, like they should go with the iProcurement licenses. So two different licenses, like no?
Exactly. Same thing for currently. So even for procurement, we will have separate licenses for self-service procurement. So if you see procurement self-service and procurement cloud service, so these are separately licensed. Even for sourcing and supplier portal, we will have separate licenses. Though it is a part of procurement, but supplier portal, iSupplier, which we used to call it in eBusiness Suite, is a separate license. Sourcing is a separate license. And Oracle identifies based on the roles that have been attached to the users. If user has the roles, then it is a procurement user, or whichever application roles it has, it is that particular application user. In most of the cases, but in cases like Accounting Hub Cloud Service, it is based on the number of records. Let's say, for example, in AP we have invoice imaging. So if we are using invoice imaging, then it is also again the number of invoices that comes in using that particular invoice imaging. Obviously you need financial licenses, plus if you're using that scanning solution, then the number of invoices that comes in using that particular scanning solution, they're going to charge accordingly per 1000 records.